बंधुरात्मात् मनस्त्स्य येनात्मेव आत्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मेव शत्रुवत्. Hello friends, this is the sixth shlok of the sixth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Bandhuratmat manastasya, which means friend is his mind. Yenatmeva atmana jitah, which means who has certainly conquered his mind. Anatmanastu shatrutve, which means but whose opposite mind is in enmity. Varte tatmeva shatruvat, which means uses it only as an enemy. So, in the previous shlok, Shri Krishna mentioned that our mind is our biggest friend and our mind can also be our biggest enemy. So, on that topic, Shri Krishna further describes over here, and he says that the mind is a friend for a person who has conquered over his mind, but to a person who places his mind in enmity, he basically makes his own mind his enemy. So, what we have to understand over here is that our mind actually is a very efficient instrument, and it's also a very malleable instrument. So we basically can shape our mind in whatever manner we want based on where we put our mind to. So whatever we fill our mind with in terms of the ideas, that is how our mind becomes. So as an example, for a person who basically employs his mind mostly in mathematics, he will then start to see numbers all over in this world. Similarly, if a person employs his mind in terms of using it for earning money, then he will start to see money everywhere. He'll start to see opportunities of making money everywhere. So, whatever we employ our mind into, our mind basically shapes itself into that, and then that is what it focuses on in all the things. Now what actually happens with us is that we are all deluded, and we have forgotten our true sense, and we basically identify with something which is separate from this entire creation. And when we do that, then we become whatever we identify with, and everything else becomes separate, everything else becomes the other. Now the other is something which is unknown to us, and whatever is unknown to us is potentially dangerous. When something is potentially dangerous to us, then that dangerous thing has to be confronted. And this way what happens is that when we limit ourselves to just a certain entity, we make everything else our enemy, and this is what leads to our downfall. So we can understand it from the example of the Pakistanis. So the Pakistanis are told day in and day out that they are Muslims, and that the non-Muslims hate the Muslims. So their mind actually is focused on this idea that they are Muslims, and the non-Muslims hate the Muslims. Because of this, what happens is that they strongly attach themselves to the Muslimhood of them, and they start confronting the non-Muslims. As they start confronting the non-Muslims then have to respond to this confrontation, and when they respond to this confrontation, there is a conflict that arises between them and the non-Muslims. As soon as that conflict arises, they say that, oh, look, I have been told that non-Muslims hate the Muslims, and see, the non-Muslims are reacting in a manner which is hateful, so they really do hate me. And so this cycle then begins to happen, wherein the hatred that was cultivated in them is now thrown into the universe, and then the universe throws it back at them, and they confirm it. And so this cycle keeps on going, wherein they fall down, because they then become even more confrontational, and the other side has to become more confrontational, and then this cycle just goes on, and this leads to the destruction of everything. So that is how when a wrong idea is planted in the mind, it can lead to the destruction of a person. It could basically just completely change the worldview of a person, and a person becomes deluded, and he basically is now not really seeing what the actual truth is, and this leads to their destruction. So the wise realize this, that when a mind is set on an idea which is wrong, then it can lead to your destruction, and therefore they are very careful in terms of where they put their mind into. They are the ones who are focusing their mind only on truth and only on the right ideas. They have a critical mind, they are critical of everything, they are self aware of their own biases, and with that, they look for what exactly is the truth. So they discipline their mind. They do not just put their mind onto anything that is thrown at them. They discipline their mind, and with that disciplined mind, they approach this universe and they put their mind only on the right things. And with that, they use their mind as their friend and they elevate themselves. So that is what Sri Krishna has said over here, that the person who has disciplined his mind, he can use his mind as a great instrument. But the person who has filled his mind with wrong things, then for him, the mind becomes his biggest enemy. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.